Chapter 16. What We Choose. Anshel didn't move. She crouched in the clearing like a mountain held in place by breath alone. Her massive frame folded inward, wings drawn close, neck curved low toward the man standing only a few feet away. Richard's hand hovered near her jaw, trembling. The other clenched at his side like it could anchor him in a world that suddenly made no sense. He stared up at her, breath ragged. "I thought I knew you," he said. His voice wasn't sharp, but frayed, like rope worn too thin. "But maybe I never did." The words hung in the air between them, neither accusation nor forgiveness, just truth. Anshel lowered her head further until her warm breath stirred the fabric of his tunic. She didn't speak aloud. Couldn't, but she reached for him with the bond, the strange, fragile thread still linking them. It wasn't words, not exactly. It was scent and memory, the rhythm of a shared life. Laughter in the kitchen, silence at twilight, glances that meant everything. He flinched at the touch, and she recoiled, pain flashing through her chest, but he didn't back away. "You ran," he said, softer. "The moment you saw the dragon, you ran from me. Why?" Anshel closed her eyes. She opened the bond wider, not with explanation, but memory. She offered him what she could. The bloody corpse of her kin lashed to a cart, the crowd's cheers, the sickening scent of burnt hide, the scream that had never made it past her throat. She showed him her shattered thoughts, the return of her name, her wings, the memory of her mother's laugh and her father's roar, the games she used to play on sun-warmed ledges. The smell of her hoard, obsidian, moonstone, river glass, the hunt, the humans, the fear, the choice, and finally, the potion. The witch. The desire to know why. A tremor passed through Richard. He staggered back and sank to the ground, as if the memories themselves pressed down like stones. "You didn't fake any of it. No, I truly forgot. I became Rose." He dragged a hand down his face. "Gods," his voice cracked. "You were a dragon the whole time, living in my house, sleeping in my sheets." He looked up at her. "And I fell in love with you." Anshel folded her wings tighter, trying to seem smaller, softer, anything but monstrous. She touched his knee lightly with the curve of her snout, not demanding, not apologizing. "Just present. I fell too. Harder than I meant to." Richard laughed, a dry, broken sound. "Do you still?" Her answer poured into him like warm rain, the feel of dough under her hands beside him, his voice calling her name in the orchard, the way his eyes crinkled when he smiled. "Yes." He tilted his head back and stared through the trees at a sky that hadn't changed, only everything beneath it had. "You know this can't work." A pause. "Then it wasn't simple before." That startled a real laugh from him, bitter, grateful, raw. "Fair." She studied him. The bruises on his knuckles, the cut across his cheekbone, the lines of worry etched deep. And yet he had come for her, even knowing what she was. "Why did humans hunt us?" He winced. "I thought we were talking about love." "We are. Truth is part of it." "It was the question that brought me to your world. I still need the answer." He looked away. "People think dragons are monsters, not creatures. Not people. Just dangerous. That's what we were taught. That's what I believed. A beat. Until you." Anshel's mind flared with an image, her claws raised over the unicorn she almost killed, the terror in its eyes. Her memory of thinking the same thing about them. Beasts, mindless, dangerous. And I thought the same about unicorns, until I didn't. He looked at her, really looked at her, and something shifted in his chest. So we're both wrong. Not entirely. Just incomplete. The forest seemed to hush around them, holding its breath. "I don't want to go back to who I was, not fully. But I can't stay like this forever either." A pause, and then there must be a way. He stood slowly, knees stiff. "The witch. Nana, you said she gave you the potion." She nodded. "We go back to her," he said. Ask if there's a way to choose, not just change, but choose who you are, who you want to be. Her heart clenched at the word we. Even if it means leaving your farm, your village. He stepped close. This time he didn't flinch. He reached out, brushing his hand against her cheek. Warm bronze, smooth and alive. My home was never the farm. It was who I shared it with. Unchail made a sound, a low, shuddering exhale. In another form, she might have cried. She crouched low, wings unfolding wide, the red stripe along her spine blazing like flame in the filtered light. Then climb on. He hesitated, then swung onto her back, awkward, disbelieving. She waited until his arms wrapped tightly around the curve of her neck. Then she lifted into the air. They rose through the trees like smoke. Leaves scattered in their wake. The forest dropped away beneath them. And when they broke above the canopy, the sun kissed their faces and the wind howled like joy. One man, one dragon, no longer hiding, no longer running, flying together toward whatever waited ahead.